Hello student, this is our lecture number 4. In our previous lecture, we have solved derivation of depression in freezing point. In today's lecture, we will solve the sum based upon elevation in boiling point and depression in freezing point. Before that, we will make the revision of both the derivation. So let us revise the derivation of elevation in a boiling point. When non-volatile solute is added to the solvent, the vapor pressure of a solvent is lower. As a result, the boiling point of a solvent is increases, that is, solution boil at a higher temperature than that of the boiling point. This process is known as elevation in a boiling point. Elevation in boiling point depend upon the amount of solute added. Addition of solute decreases the vapor pressure. This can be seen by plotting the graph vapor pressure against the temperature. Let us see the graph. So we have already discussed graph contain curve AB, solvent curve, curve CD. It is a vapor pressure of solution curve delta T. Difference between T minus T0. P0 is the vapor pressure of solvent. P is the vapor pressure of solution. Let us see first the solution curve where liquid and vapor are in equilibrium. Now applying Clapeyron-Clausius equation to solution curve. ln P2 by P1 is equal to delta Hv upon R 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. When pressure is a P0, at that time temperature as a T0. When pressure is a P0, temperature is a T. See again, when a pressure is a P, at that time temperature is a T0. When pressure is a P0, then the temperature is T. Giving name it as P1 T1 and P2 T2. Putting this value in above equation, we get ln P0 by P is equal to delta Hv upon R 1 upon T0 minus 1 upon T. Therefore, ln P0 by P is equal to delta Hv upon R. Inside the bracket, T minus T0 upon T0 into T. Bracket complete. Therefore, ln P0 by P is equal to delta Hv upon R. Now T minus T0 is a delta T and T0 minus T into T is a T0 square. For a dilute solution, T is nearly equal to T0. Therefore, its multiplication is a T0 square. Therefore, now reverse the equation. P by P0 is equal to minus delta Hv upon R. We get in bracket delta T upon T0 square, bracket complete, and this is our equation number 1. Now using Raoult's law of vapor pressure, we get P0 minus P upon P0 is equal to x2. Now subtracting right hand side and the left hand side of the equation. Now we have to subtract left hand side and right hand side of the equation from the 1. Then we get 1 minus P0 minus P upon P0 is equal to 1 minus x2. Solving this, we get P0 minus P0 plus P upon P0 is equal to 1 minus x2. Here plus P0 and the minus P0 get cancelled. We get 1 minus x2. Therefore, P by P0 is equal to 1 minus x2. Therefore, equation 1 become ln 1 minus x2 is equal to minus delta hv upon r inside the bracket delta t upon t0 square bracket complete. This is our equation number 2. Since ln 1 minus x2 is the logarithmic series and now the expansion of ln 1 minus x2 gives minus x2 plus x2 square upon 2 plus x2 cube by 3 plus dash dash dash. Here for dilute solution x2 is a very small, that is the term beyond x2 are still small, therefore it neglected. ln 1 minus x2 is equal to minus x2. This is our equation number 3. Now putting equation 3 in equation 2, we get minus x2 is equal to minus delta hv upon r delta t upon t0 square. Both sides of the equation contain minus, therefore it get cancelled and we get x2 is equal to delta hv upon r inside the bracket delta t upon t0 square. Therefore, now rearranging the equation, we get delta t is equal to rt0 square into x2 upon delta hv. This is our equation number 4. Now delta t is equal to x2 because rt0 square upon delta hv is a constant. We know that x2 is equal to mole fraction of component number 2 and is given by the formula n2 upon n1 plus n2. For dilute solution, n2 is a very less than n1. Therefore, x2 is equal to n2 by n1. Putting this value in above equation, we get n2 upon n1. Therefore, x2 is equal to w2 upon m2 upon w1 upon m1. Therefore, x2 is equal to w2 upon m2 into m1 upon w1, equation number 5. Putting equation number 5 in equation 4, we get delta te is rt0 square upon delta hv into w2 upon m2 into m1 upon w1. This is our equation number 6. Now delta hv is equal to lv into m1. Putting this in equation number 6, we get delta t is equal to rt0 square upon lv into m1 into w2 upon m2 into m1 upon w1. Here m1 is present in a numerator and denominator get cancelled and we get delta te is equal to r20 square into w2 upon lv into m2 into w1. And this is our equation number 7. By definition of molality M, number of moles of solute per kg of solvent is a molality. Small m is given by number of moles of solute divided by weight of solvent in a kg. Therefore, m is equal to n2 by w1 into 1000. M is equal to w2 upon m2 into w1 in a kg. Therefore, m is equal to w2 into 1000 divided by m2 into w1. Putting this value in above equation. First rearranging the equation, so 1000 come to the left hand side of the equation. M divided by 1000 is equal to w2 upon m2 into w1. This is our equation number 8. Therefore, putting equation number 8 in equation number 7. Now here m1 is a molecular weight of solvent, w1 is a weight of solvent, M2 is a molecular weight of solute. W2 is a weight of solute. Equation 7 become delta T is equal to RT0 square upon LV into M upon 1000. But RT0 square LV into 1000 is a constant is known as Ke. Therefore, delta Te is equal to m into Ke, where Ke is a ebullioscopic constant or molar elevation constant. The student, I hope now you are getting the full derivation, that is derivation of elevation in a boiling point. Thank you. For next video, please follow the next link.